Hey everybody, it's Connor for Let's the Game Out, and this is part 2 of Tony versus Foreman. Awesome dream bout, and well, you know what I mean. Anyway, here's the computers fighting, and I'll give you to the commentators here.
It'll be closely contested and hard to score. Foreman's just being smart on the outside. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly, because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in there in the kind of waters he's never been before. Deep waters. And he's swimming harder than he's ever had to swim before.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Halfway through this round here. Tony's gone into a defensive shell, but that shell has cracks in it.
Yeah, it does. And the reason why it's getting cracked is because his opponent is confident that with those earmuffs on him, you know, going into that peekaboo defense that he knows he's handcuffed. So he's putting together 3, 4, 5 punches where normally he would only throw 1 or 2, worried something's going to come back.
Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see. We come to the end of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Well, it's a very closely contested fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been, Joe, but it's going to be up now to the judges. Hopefully they have their eyes wide open, because they're going to have to look really closely, not just at the action overall, but who's landed the cleaner, more effective punches.
Another flush shot lands upstairs. And just as we anticipated, toe-to-toe right from the start.
No introductions necessary.
James Toney with a nice counter punch. James Toney's opponent is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. He has that kind of temperament. If he went out with the guy, he talks to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets it go when he thinks he's fit.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Wow, is he defensively sound? You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. George Foreman's just not landing any body punches in this fight.
Well, he looks like a guy who hasn't been taught that. We're getting a little bit of an X-ray, a little bit of a peek into what his trainers show him in the gym, or what they don't show him.
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Keeping his hands up and getting rid of his opponent's offense. Tony's doing well, sticking to a game plan on the outside. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament, not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been non-stop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman. Nice counter by Tony. James Tony's jab on the outside. That has really been the difference maker here, hasn't it, Teddy?
Yes, it has. But the most important thing is, you know, everybody says, hey, just use the jab, you control the outside. Hey, jab's a great weapon, but it can be very dangerous. You're throwing from a little too close, you can get counted with that right hand. He's throwing it at the perfect distance, getting full extension on that punch.
Round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. This is one of those fights, Ted. It just feels like to me where it's going to be tough to really score. I mean, it's been a close fight.
Yeah, it's a hard fight to score because you have one guy maybe a little busier, but the other guy makes up for it because he's a little heavier with those blows. So it's a matter of maybe the taste of the judges, what they prefer.
Good block. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Foreman's training regimen probably didn't do much work defensively because he has been a sitting target all night long.
Yeah, it's just not moving his head. You know, the problem when you're trying to block and you don't move your head, your opponent can put punches together and keep you defensive, your handcuffed. But when you move your head, you create an opening. So your opponent...
Wow! James lights out. Tony's stunned, and he is hurt. Teddy, he's wobbling all over the ring.
You know, Joe, he can't use his legs right now, so he wishes, and it's too late for him because he wasn't taught, but he wishes he was a guy who was taught how to slip right in front of a guy and make the guy miss. Then at least he could do that. Right now, his only chance is to grab because the legs are not going to be there for him.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Ago in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff with these two. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by James Tony. Tony's in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight can end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Tony's in bad shape. Foreman's mounting a comeback here, Teddy. Things were going against him. Now the tide is turned.
good things come to those who wait, or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Tony blocks that punch. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Nice strike after catching one by James Tony. So the